Hey everyone, Flo from After Lenzy, and I just saw that Blackmagic announced the BMPCC6k G2. So I thought I would share my initial thoughts on the camera in this video, and I'm also very curious to know what you guys think about this new camera, so feel free to comment below. So the new 6K G2 is an updated version of the regular 6K, but from the outside it looks exactly like the 6K Pro. Internally it still looks to be the same, with the same sensor, codecs and frame rates and features you get on the 6K Pro and the 6K. So it has some of the features from the Pro, like the tiltable screen, the bigger NPF batteries, the possibility to add an EVF, but it doesn't have internal NDs. So based on the features and the specs of the 6K G2, this one sits pretty much between the 6K and the Pro. But since it is a new G2 version of the 6K, the lineup now pretty much looks like the 4K, 6K G2 and the 6K Pro. I think this camera is aimed at people coming into the Blackmagic ecosystem now, and maybe not necessarily people that have been shooting with the 6K or the Pro like myself. Personally, I wouldn't need this camera since I own the other two. Now, if I only had the regular 6K, would I upgrade to the 6K G2 or the 6K Pro? I think as always, it depends on the work that you do. As a documentary filmmaker and someone who travels a lot, internal NDs are very important to me. But for someone that doesn't really need internal NDs, but still need that bigger body with the tiltable screen, the bigger batteries, then the G2 probably makes a lot of sense in 2022. Personally, I prefer to rig up my regular 6K and keep the Pro as is. Feel free to watch my review of the Pro or the comparison that I've made between the 6K and the Pro. I also listed my whole kits below if you're interested to know what I shoot with. I think the 6K G2 is also a great upgrade if you are shooting with a 4K and want to jump into the Super 35 sensor and the EF mount. And for $19.95, the 6K G2 is a pretty good deal considering the features and the specs you get. And alongside the G2, they also announced a new firmware, the 7.9, which includes a new menu interface. It actually looks pretty cool. And amongst the new features, you can now change the color and intensity of the focus assist, which is a very welcome feature. I think this is an interesting upgrade to the regular 6K, and it really makes me curious about the next generation of the 4K, if there is any. Will it keep the original shape, but have a similar upgrade as the 6K and feature a tiltable screen, for example? Will it get much bigger like the 6K G2 and become a 4K Pro? Let me know in the comments what you think about this new camera and if you are thinking of getting one. As always, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Also, feel free to check out my new ebook, Freelance Documentary Filmmaking, an Introduction, where you can find a streamlined but comprehensive overview from pre-production all the way to marketing, built on years of my own experience shooting short documentaries around the world.